Good morning, children. We are discussing and studying about how earliest people settled and what are the specialty of their life. And they are using different houses for staying. And one of the houses we studied that is about pit houses. Okay, specialty of the pit houses. And again, we studied about the difference between Paleolithic tools and Neolithic tools. Paleolithic tools, it do not have much shape and sharpness, but in Paleolithic, Neolithic period, they use different techniques and they made small stones used as stone tools, and it have sharp and shape also, like that they are using, and it is used for different purpose also. And we studied about tribes. Okay, and today we can look at about Mehrgarh, one of the important sites of the Neolithic sites where the people settled life at first started. And these site from these sites, archaeologists find out many kinds of materials. So these sites very important. So we can look about Mehrgarh, living and dying in Mehrgarh. Okay. Now you just to take page number 14. Page number 14, in that map 2 is given. Map 2, you locate Mehrgarh. Okay, Mehrgarh we can locate nearby inside the Afghanistan. It is located in Afghanistan and nearby the way to the Iran. Okay, so the Mehrgarh is located in Afghanistan and nearby the Iran also. So okay, so that is about the Mehrgarh. Then these sites located on a fertile plain near the Bolan Pass, which is one of the most important routes into Iran. Okay, these sites located in a fertile plain near the Bolan Pass, which is one of the most important routes into Iran. Mehrgarh was probably one of the places where women and men learned to grow barley and wheat and rear sheep and goats for the first time in this area. It is one of the earliest villages. Okay, so the Mehrgarh, in the Mehrgarh, this was probably one of the place where women and men learned to grow wheat and barley and rear sheep and goats, and archaeologists find out this is a village, so first earliest village. Okay, so village means at that time one of the distinctive feature of the village is that most people who live there are engaged in food production. Okay, so village means in that the villages at that time people who are doing food production. Okay, most of the people are engaged with the food production, so that is known as villages. Then archaeologists who excavated the sites found evidence of many kinds of animal bones of the earliest level, from the earliest level. These include bones of the wild animals such as the deer and pig. In later levels, they found more bones of sheep and goat, and in still later levels, cattle bones and are most common, such as that this was the animal that was generally kept by the people. Okay, so in this archaeology, from these sites, the archaeologists find out from the different levels different animals bones. So these animals were very important at that period, that is why it is showing. These include bones of wild animals such as the deer and pig. Okay, in later levels they found more bones of sheep and goat, and in still the later level cattle bones are most common. Okay, so that is about these sites. So how these archaeologists find out different levels in these sites? Okay, we can look out levels. Okay, in your textbook, the page number 29, there is given a picture of the levels. A mountain is given in that. It is divided into four levels, 1 2 3 4. Okay, when archaeologists are digging at and excavating sites, how do they know which level is earlier and which is later? So the question is, when the archaeologists, when they are digging in one area, from that area they are finding different kinds of things. Then question is that how do they know which level is earlier and which level is later? Suppose people first start living on flat layer. Okay, the fourth layer is to, it is a flat. Over the years, the surface will gradually rise because people discard waste material and generally stay and rebuild houses in the same place. After hundreds of years, this leads to the formation of a mound. So, when this mound is dug up, what is found from the upper layers of the mound is generally from later time than what is found from the lower layers of the mound, which are older. So like that they are understanding which years, which period things are finding all these things. Okay, then other finds at Mehrgarh include remains of square or rectangular houses. Each house have four or more compartments, some of which may have been used for storage. So another one important finding is that is square and rectangular houses they find out, and each house four or more compartment rooms were there, and some of which way have been used for storage also. Picture is given in your textbook. Okay, picture is given square or rectangular houses find out from the Mehrgarh. Okay, and then another speciality of the sites, when people die, their relatives and friends generally pay respect of them. People look after them, perhaps in the belief that there is some form of life after the death. So this Mehrgarh people believe that people at Mehrgarh they are believing the life after the death. Okay, there is a life after the death. So they are respecting these bodies. Okay, there some for of life after death. Burial is one such arrangement. Several burial sites have been found at Mehrgarh. Okay, so several burial sites find out from the Mehrgarh. In one instance, the dead person was buried with the gods, which were probably meant to serve as food in the next world. So, if from these sites, the picture is given here. From these burial sites, the many kinds of bones of gods bones they got. So archaeologists find out that when they are burying one person, with that person's body they are keeping gods also, and what it is giving information that is which were probably meant to serve as a food in the next world. So they are believing that these animals are the food in the next world, so they are respecting them also. So that is why they are burying with these gods. The body is burying with these gods. Okay, that are the important findings. So what are the important findings? Mehrgarh was probably one of the place where women and men learned to grow barley and wheat and rear the sheep and goats, and it is a earliest village also. And another finding is that square and rectangular houses find out from this area. Then several burial sites find out. In that burial sites, the bones of gods also got. So it is indicate that they are burying with the body with the gods also. So it is leads to the it is saying that means that to serve as food the next world. These gods which were probably mean that to serve food in the next world. Okay, that is about Mehrgarh. Then one of the last point, that is Davojila halting. Next one site is known as Davojila halting. Okay, Davojila halting also you have to locate from the map too. This is a site on the hills nearby the Brahmaputra Valley, close to routes leading to China and Myanmar. Here the stone tools including mortars and pestles find out. Then these indicate the people were probably growing grain and preparing food for them. Other finds is that a special stone find out from this site, that is include jade. Okay, a stone that may have been brought from China. Okay, so it is nearby the China, this site. So there are many kinds of things are importing and exporting also happening. In that from the archaeologists find out a jade, one important stone. It is brought from the China. So these are the important site. Two sites. The first one is Mehrgarh. Second, Davojila halting. These were the very important Paleolithic Neolithic sites. And you have to read the textbook clearly and understand it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and works also I will give. Thank you.